Santa boleh homosexual, yani jana tak bermarta boleh jana zere nefes jana bukun deif, nas daya dumun bala kumun bodi nefes la jana, dia mahim ta homosexual fogo, lakin kan fi hele nak de, aja de mafi, ta boleh jana ta begin jam jana de zere ma faitan al bodi gua la jana, bermarta kal jana tak mutu kalas, dia mahim ta homosexual, asalan no suana no boleh homosexual.
It's so painful when you see a mother wanted to bring life in the world, just passed away like that. It's so painful. And when I heard about the issue to do with the midwifery, I say that's the right chance. Because on seeing the mothers dying out there, it's not really easy. And more especially in our community, it's worse.
The reason why I'm interested in midwifery, since 2003, I had my aunt who passed away because of delivery. She delivered well, but because of postpartum hemorrhage, she bled a lot and then she passed away.
The training of midwifery is very important for us, more especially in South Sudan. Actually, the indices, the health indices are the worst in the world. And particularly in South Sudan, you get also the Western Equatorial States, the worst. How we tailor our training of midwifery is that, one, the curriculum is designed the way that it is problem-based, where we have to bring the students actually to learn exactly what is there. So what happens here is we take the students to class for some time, and we also take them to the hospital and the health facilities and the community, so that on that process as they're learning, they're also helping the community.
I want to come and get knowledge, then I go and help my community, because there is a rate of maternal deaths in our place because we don't have midwives who were being trained already. I would like to get knowledge, then I go to help myself. So long I'm a mother also. When I'm pregnant, I can know which can affect me and which cannot affect me, and which way am I going to manage myself not to get into difficulties.
Our neighbor who was pregnant, a young lady, so when she reached a stage of labor, so she had some difficulties. So at night, so she went again into second stage of labor. So at that moment, there was in fact no midwife or any other related health worker who would have rescued her in that situation. So abruptly, she died away. So I had that interest that one day when I finish and I have that access of being trained as a midwife, so I will be able to go back and help the community such that such an incident doesn't happen.
This training institute in Maridi started in 1998, fully with the support from Amref, and it was meant to train basically clinical officers. But because of the need, in 2006, October, the Government of South Sudan requested Amref also to train midwives. So far, this institute has hosted 3 courses. That's the clinical officers, the midwives, and the public health officers. Up to date, currently we have graduated up to 342 clinical officers and 101 community midwives and 15 public health officers.
The lack of tutors. You know, the student-teacher ratio is supposed to be 1 to 20. But you will realize that because on humanitarian grounds, we teach more than that. In a class, you can get somebody teaching 50 students or 30, whereby you cannot know every student into details. As a teacher, you have to know the weaknesses of a student, have to know the strong points, so that we can help these students individually.
There are very few health workers, and those who are there are trained long ago. They're very old, except the one we started training them now. And actually, the one we trained are not doing only clinical work, because they're even the managers currently, more especially the clinical officers, and most of the organizations being non-governmental or governmental.
I'm even one of the products of Amref, trained in 1998. Our principal was brought from UK by Dr. Chris Wood. So he suffered together with us. There was no car
One of the most important things we have put in place is to get the curriculum which is from the other countries, which is very marketable. This curriculum that we are using to train these midwives is not only based, or it's not made from this country alone. It's made by the team of communities around the world.
In a day, sometimes we are seeing, especially on Mondays, it reach up to 60s mothers. We are saving them. Then sometimes the less years is 27, either 30. This is the less years. So, in a month, really we are caring for the 500 some fractions in a month.
For us at least to cover the current population that we have, we need at least something like 1,500 clinical officers more, and at least up to 333,000 midwives, at least to cover the population that we have. The most important thing here is I'm requesting the government actually to put more efforts to mobilize more resources for training of health workers and improvement of health facilities and services as well.
Mortality rate is reducing. Last year, we have 3 only died from the mortality rate.
Right now, I'm already helping the people in the hospital, meaning that I'm already successful, and that is my achievement.
There was a time the man was just coming, carrying the bird. She was carrying the bird in the hand. Then he got a person under the tree. So he asked that man, that you tell me, is this bird alive or dead? So the man replied that I cannot say whether the bird is dead or alive. The life of the bird or the death of the bird is in your hand. So why I say so? Maybe if the man said the bird is alive, the person will decide to kill that bird. If the man said it is dead already, he will leave the bird to go away. So why I say so is I'm telling the Amref that our being here is in your hand. That is the only word which I want to add up top of my talking, and that's all.